Hey! What's up, Foxen? Thank you for being my hype person. How's it going? I'm finally back playing more Metroid. You all thought it was never gonna happen, and I was worried it wouldn't. Would never happen again also. Are you a Chrysical? No, actually, I had the luxury of working from home today. So, that's also partly why I was like, I'm pretty sure I'll get to stream today because... Oh boy. I think I'm just going to unplug this controller and plug it back in. Seems better. But yeah, so I got to work from home today. So I was like, chances of me not being able to stream are pretty slim, considering that I'm already here. Alright, so we need to go to the... Oh, that's right. I got to go to the elite quarters. So I was en route to it already. Where am I on this? Okay, so I just need to go up here. So I got to go... Oh, I know where I am. Okay, cool. Easy peasy. Alright, well. Hey! Thank you for the host, Foxen. Oh, it's just pointing me to the exact same spot. Oh, these are space pirates. Okay, so I'm not exactly where I thought I was, but now I know where I am. How? Nah, you frozen fool. Oh, I should have charged it longer. Okay, so last we left off, we're getting pretty close to the, like, I don't know, 2/3 part of the game. Like, there's not a ton left. So really, we're just gonna get the last couple of upgrades, and then really it's just a matter of collecting all the hidden relics at that point, I think. Ah, that's the missile button. What are they? Bodacious space pirates? Oh yeah, hey, by the way, I've got the giveaway going on because in between streams, who was it? Was it Tater that I was hanging out with? I was hanging out in someone's stream, and then just two super cool people ended up following me just because I was chatting. And of course, you know, Tater or really anyone else from the clubhouse usually is super kind and says that people should go follow the people that they like. So, hey, these are the games that are up for winning. I think these are not the same ones as last time. I was playing Deep Dungeons of Doom, though, earlier in the week, and that game is fun, but I also fell asleep. But to be fair, it was like 2 a.m., and I haven't been sleeping much. But it's fun. I've always wanted to play the Max Payne games, too. Or as I like to call that show, the pirates who don't do anything. What's up, String? How's it going, man? I forgot to use my my fancy Space Cop mug, so now I'm full and drinking out of my Banner Saga mug today. Oh, the mistakes I have made. Actually, I really do love these Banner Saga mugs. I need to buy one of your mugs, Foxen, because now that you've got them on your merch store with your fancy new logo, I wanna get my hands on one of those things too. I could have just skipped past these guys, but you know, nothing like a little bit of robot murder to start off the stream right. Give me that. Oh, way there. Doing pretty well, just riding out my last couple of weeks before switching jobs. Nice. Yeah, so I think last time I spoke with you, String, you were still looking, so I guess that means you found another job pretty well? Because if so, man, congrats. That's I'm glad you got something that should be an improvement by all accounts. Oh, right, I gotta blow them up. because that's how the Metroids work. Well, the mugs aren't live right now because the whitetail melts into the background. Ah, yeah, that's why I tested out well, yeah, my first iteration mug. I didn't really put up on the store until I saw it too, because I was like, ah, this is like the shadows looked like shit, and so I wanted to fix it too. It a good job. Ooh, I got a ridiculous offer from a research institute. Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. I really hope that it stays awesome and that it's one of those jobs that you just won't get tired of for a long time. Because that sounds awesome. Okay, so I think last we left off, I needed some way to get over there. Oh, maybe I need to use the X-ray vision to find a hidden path. Oh, look at that! Invisible platforms. I guess if I really wanted to, I could have, like, brute forced my way across here. Oh, before I had the X-ray vision. No, no, no. No, no, no. Oh, everything's horrible. Okay, we good. He got like a 20K year raise. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what you were making before, but an extra 20K a year, like that's good, man. Conversely, I took like, let's see, what was I making when I was in CRM? I think I was making 56, yeah, I was making 56.50 as a QA. And then going back into the games industry, I went back down to making 30K. So I took a 26,000 a year dip in my earnings. That was not fun. It's a little bit better now. It's a little bit. So I'm proud of you, String, for going out there and finding dramatic quality of life improvements. Oh, but I want to get that. All right, all right. I ran away too fast. How do I get to... Oh, wait. Does this just go all the way over there? Maybe it does. Nope, I'm going away. Hold on, I can't... Ah, of course it was the explosive one. Ouch. Oh my god, yeah. Working in the games industry, while it's more miserable in plenty of other ways, it's, I would consider it a dramatic improvement in, like, working on things that I can care about. Not that I disliked my job at Sonoma, like, Sonoma Partners treated me really well, it had good benefits and all that jazz. But, like, there wasn't much to love about QAing databases, you know? And that's okay. Turned out that not long after I left the company, they got bought out by... Oh, wait, no, I didn't leave the company. They laid me off. But they also, like, got acquired by another company and then laid off, like, half of their staff anyway, so... At least... Oh, man. Well, now I'm just making all sorts of mistakes. So at least I got severance and just kind of was able to do my own thing until I found a job in the industry. Wah! Crazy thing is, too, I did look for other smaller, like, contract QA work before I ended up working at Phosphor. And I didn't get any of them because I think I asked for too much money, which really wasn't a lot of money that I was asking for. But, you know, they're indies and they didn't have a ton of money. And a lot of people in the games industry don't really understand that quality QA is actually a really... Oh, I'm a doof. There's a whole... Oh. I gotta blow this up. There we go. Quality QA makes a really, really big difference. So if you pay someone minimum wage, you're gonna get minimum wage work. Whereas if you pay someone a reasonable salary, those QAs can do some really, really fucking good work. Which is why I think business software doesn't usually fuck around with that stuff. Usually. I mean, Sonoma didn't. Hey, hi, Jen. Yeah, that thing happened to me last year at Lids. Yeah. I can't see anything. Oh, here we go. I made sure that the dark thing wasn't happening before I started streaming this time. So I think it's just intentionally dark here. There we go. Got my missile expansion. I have so many missiles. I don't know what the maximum capacity is, but I'm at that point already where I'm just like, I don't really have to worry about running out of these. Oh, did I jump on the wrong side? Maybe? Oh, no, I didn't. Hiya! So I think there's probably only going to be like one more Metroid Prime stream after today. I think we're getting that close to the end. Guess it really depends on how lost I get in today's stream. Because let's be real, it's a little inevitable, but maybe not terrible. It's so bright. Ah. I just want to leave my X-ray vision on all the time though, because I'm like, there could be secrets anywhere. Oh yeah, I got the plasma beam. That was the like significant thing from the last stream. Oops. That's not how you scan. Come on. Samus, it's right there. Oh, wrong button. Oh damn, so close. Oh, we're going down to the Phazon mines. Oh, look at that. It's a big bowl of nothing. The Phazon has been drained. Although maybe that's where the asteroid that had the Phazon hit. That would make sense. Alright, what all y'all want? I hear some monsters in here. Whoop! Alright. You're just a normal goon, so zap! Oh, you just turned into dust. Ash. Oh, we got Hunter Metroid now. Oh, I guess I've already seen these. It's the Adolescent Metroid. I totally forgot though that they incorporated the like different stages of Metroid in this, which is so cool because you get so like in your head thinking that all Metroid are just like, that was the wrong one. You get in your head thinking that all the Metroid are the little like jellyfish dudes. Well, I guess these guys are still very jellyfishy. But you know, like they're so iconic that it's like easy to forget that there are other stages of it. And it's like, oh, actually this game picked up a piece from the earlier games and decided to continue rolling with it. Like, I don't think the other Metroid stages were as prevalent. Oh boy. Come on. Ow. I know Metroid 2 was the one that really like showcased all the different Metroids. I think Super Metroid, I don't remember a ton, but I think Super Metroid showed a little bit. Tell me if I'm nagging you guys, but for real, if you plan on going to Gen Con, you are welcome to crash with us. No, I still super appreciate it. I think we may not go to Gen Con, like, that would be a huge cost savings for hotels and stuff. But we may not go anyway just because even aside from that, like tickets and food and everything else will turn into a lot of expenses. And Jen and I are still working out our budget for our wedding. So once we know our budget, like officially for the wedding, then we'll be able to decide whether or not we can afford Gen Con. Because we both, oh, this is not good. But we both do really still want to go. So yeah, if we can make it work, we'll definitely take you up on that. Because money's going to be tight for the wedding no matter how hard we try. Whoops. Alright, how do I get back up there? They're not going to make me go all the way around, are they? Are they? No. I could totally... Oh. Alright, alright, alright. I see how this goes. I feel like I could jump up and grab that jellyfish, or the stingray duder. Ah, alright, fine. Have it your way. I guess it's really not that far. And you getting married? Yeah. Hey man, it can feel a little daunting. Yeah. I know it's stressing Jen out quite a bit. Not to call Jen out, but it's stressing me out too, but I'm just in the mindset of like, I just want to find out what our budget is, and I feel like we'll be able to make it work no matter what. And still have a nice wedding too, like, I know she feels that way too, but the money's in the family just stressing me out. Yeah, exactly. Really, I feel like it's a lot of the like, just not knowing how much, if any, the family is going to give us the monies. But you know, I'm the first in my family to get married, so I feel like it won't be difficult to strong arm my parents into contributing more than they might otherwise. Be like, don't you want to support your son in your first child's marriage? All right, what do we got here? I can't scan it. What? Maybe it's a super missile deal? Oh, wait, I gotta... Is it a super bomb? Okay. I thought the X-ray vision would have let me see through it if it were a super bomb thing. Or scan it. Yeah, it's an awkward conversation to have. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Alright. Especially if it's like, you know, we want our wedding to kind of be our way, right? But as soon as our parents start chipping in, they're going to want to change things. And it's like, well, come on now. At least that's what we're expecting. But who knows? I'm gonna keep my hopes up and just assume the best. And I look forward to the conversation, but I also want to get it over with. Yeah, I think it's the waiting to like have that conversation that's really like the hardest part. Oh wait, I can't go down there because that's all Phazon. For a second I thought it would be okay, and then I realized that it's pretty much certain death. All right, gotta get our fancy dancy ice beam. Nope. There you go, buddy. There we go. It's focusing on the wrong guy. Some energy over there? Ah, who sees me? Is it you? Yeah, it probably was. Maybe they just make that screech just because they feel like it. They're just like, I'm just a jellyfish floating around in some poison. Screech! Is that all of them? I think so. I feel like... What is that little, like, circle of... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. There is totally a thing here. Ha! Alright. Is it ice? What's going on here? How do I get this? Do I gotta super bomb this? Weird that I could see through it with the heat vision, but I guess that kind of makes sense. My folks' grandparents just wrote us checks, and we used it toward what we wanted to. We didn't get a lot, but we made it work. I also straight falsified my address to get cheaper radon reception video. Hey man, I mean, if they make it easy, it's one of those things where it's like, well, it's not that bad. I'm not above that either. Yeah, I think normally I wouldn't expect my parents to really give us anything, because, you know, they're kind of not good with money, so they don't really, they've never had money my entire life, but since both my grandpa and my uncle died on my mom's side, my mom actually inherited a decent chunk of money, so it's like, well, it's like now or never, I guess, to ever like get to see any of that, because they'll probably just end up wasting it. Whoa! Ow. Yas. Can I just... Oh. Ow! Ow! Everything's fine. It's fine. Alright, this time's for real. No more playing around. Don't you let go of that. There you go. Okay. I overshot it this time. That's cool, I guess. Ow! Someday I will be immune to Phazon, and it will be a good day indeed. Our biggest hitch was getting married in a Protestant church when most of my side of the family is Catholic. Ugh, yeah, I can imagine that being quite a point of contention. I think we're going to have a similar but not maybe as serious of a hitch, because ours will be a very non-religious wedding, and both of our families are, like, my family's at least moderately religious, but Jen's family can be pretty religious, so they're not gonna be happy about it. But it's fine. It'll be fine. I'm not that worried. Don't fall off. Alright, there we go. Hey, what's up, house? Yo, Chris, it's prime time, man. Yeah, buddy. And, like, now I'm agnostic. Fox Witch, so like... Yeah, exactly. What door am I even looking at? Oh. I'm waiting for your showdown with Omega Pirate. Ah, yeah. Oops. Churches are pretty expensive as far as venues. You'll save some dough getting married elsewhere. Save some... Churches are pretty... Wow, really? I guess I had the assumption that churches would actually be relatively cheaper to get married in, but that's because my experience with friends that got married in churches was often because they worked at the church. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I guess they must have just gotten good deals because they worked at the church. I just got it in my head like, oh, well, it seems like a pretty good place to have like an affordable place to get married. Although I could see otherwise with certain types of religions. My advice, leave the religion out of it. You'll be amazed how much happier everyone is. Yeah, and like, it's not like everyone that's going to be attending the wedding is going to have the same beliefs. So it's like, yeah, I agree. I like to just kind of keep it, you know, non-specific. Remember to the church... We got married and we still paid about $800. I don't quite recall. I mean, $800 is still pretty okay, a lot of venues that are like early pass and scoping out things are like anywhere between like $2,000 to like $5,000. It's like, I mean, to be fair, they also come with a lot of accommodations, but it's like, it's expensive. It's very expensive. Still 800. Yeah, exactly. That is okay. I guess the difference too is like, if it's only the ceremony, then 800 seems pretty like on par. If it's for ceremony and reception, then that's a pretty good deal. That's just for getting married in it. It has a ceremony and reception rental. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like, it's still a pretty good price, but it can add up if you like try to like double dip on the same place. Or like try to split them up. Actually, it's probably just more expensive if you try to split them between 2 locations. But you know what? All that said, I'm still excited to get married. It's gonna be good. Hey, Tater! What's up, man? Thank you for the resub. Cool story, Chris. Aw. How's it going, bud? We all know what you've been streaming, but oh no, I just but I'm gonna give you a shout out anyway. Commentator for you was last seen saving the timeline of the binding of Isaac after birth. As always, man, watching your stream, Tater, I've seen parts of Isaac that I didn't even know existed. Like, you were in the Void the other day, I think. At least last time I hopped in. Well, maybe that's a regular occurrence for you now. But like, man, I saw some stuff in there that I was like, oh, I didn't even know. People were talking about like super mega ultra Satan. I was like, I don't think I've gotten that far in Isaac. But this all sounds very interesting, and I kind of want to see all this. It's going good. Just got home from work. Oh, wow. You must have been working late. Also, did you get a job recently, Tater? I can't remember, but I thought last time I heard about your work, you were just staying at home for the time being, and then like eventually looking for work, but I didn't actually hear if you got a job, so I guess you did. I hope you like it. Gotta beat those basement monsters. Ah, yeah. Afterbirth is such a gross word. I think that's the point, though. I mean, like, it's on par with the themes of that game. It's the Master Tater. What's up? Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, so much. Oh. Going great, man. Just finished a new video and we'll be working on music while watching the Twitch. Ah, yes. Full-time dad. Part-time waiter. Oh, okay. And all the time Twitch-obsessed guy. Okay, cool. So you're doing waiting now, which that's like the best kind of work to do part-time, I think, because I mean, well, unless of course they schedule you in like non-busy hours, because then you just don't get tips. But that's why my buddy Nathan is stuck to serving and bartending, because the amount of money you can make off of tips it's really useful. Like, it's what makes the serving industry like actually viable to make a living off of. I guess not in all places, but in most. Yeah, exactly. That's if I were to like do Affinity Archive stuff full time, that's probably what I would end up doing, is like going back into something like food service, just because it's so flexible. Omega Pirate Absorption System test results are in. Field tests indicate that the system is very effective against beam weaponry. We are alarmed at the field's inability to handle missile attacks, however. Helpful. Science team is working around the clock to correct this critical design flaw. The Omega Pirate cannot afford such a weakness in battle. Well, I bet you it hasn't been resolved. As we continue to observe the development of Project Helix's elite pirates, it becomes increasingly obvious that these warriors will usher in a new era of space pirate dominance. They are incredibly resistant to damage, and their ability to transport and wield so many weapons at once makes them the ideal mainstays of our ground forces. Though they are not as quick as typical pirates, it makes little difference. With a platoon of elite pirates in the vanguard of an army of normal and flying pirates, we will have a near indestructible backbone that should turn the tide in any engagement. Not until I have something to say about it. Data suggests that Omega Pirates' lifespans are critically low. High levels of phazon exposure are causing rapid cell degeneration in all test subjects. No subject lived longer than 2 decacycles in our simulations. Their lifespans must be increased to be cost-effective. I love that the justification is like, oh, this is just too expensive. We gotta work out the kinks just so we don't have to put so much money into these guys. I think this is going to be a save station. Yeah, buddy. Quick, how many times can we cram pirate in our lore? I know, right? In case you didn't realize, they're space pirates, not space monsters. You know, I bet you that was probably a thing that the devs of this had to combat. Oh, speaking of the devs, did you all hear that Retro Studios, I think that's the name of the primary developer of Metroid Prime, apparently they were not originally in charge of Metroid Prime 4, which I thought was super upsetting, but apparently now they are. So I guess Nintendo decided to shift the development studio back to Retro Studios. Phazon processing efficiency at maximum, production at 187% and rising. How do you have it at above 100%? Health alert. Phazon radiation warning is still in effect. Do not enter a phazon processing area without level 8 radiation gear. Prolonged exposure is 100% fatal. And that's how we know we're gonna get the phazon suit. Space pirates? Pie? Oh man. I was talking about getting pie with Jen today, but then we decided it wasn't worth getting frostbite for. Oh boy. There's a Metroid Prime 4. Oh yeah, it's probably not going to release until 2020. Like early 2020, hopefully. Although now that it's been thrown back into Retro Studios, they're probably going to have to rebuild a lot of stuff, so it could be even later than Q1. But yeah, I pre-ordered it, I think around November of 2018, because I thought it was going to release like January of 2019, and I didn't look at the year listing on there, and it turned out to be 2020, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be waiting way longer for this pre-order than I thought I would be. Did Retro Studios do the first 3? Yeah, at least I think so. Let me double check that. Retro Studios Metroid. Oh, they made a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, they founded Metroid Prime. Games developed. Okay, so they did, oh yeah, they did Prime, Prime 2, Prime 3. They did Donkey Kong Country Returns, which I didn't know about. That actually makes me way more into, or way more excited to play that. They did Mario Kart 7. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is a good team. I can't believe that they thought that it would be okay to not have Retro in charge of Prime 4. That seems ludicrous to me. Snack break emergency. No worries, Foxen. Remember the first 2 Primes having very similar feel? Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh yeah, there's a giveaway going on, by the way, folks. These are the games you could win. I feel like I've given away Zombie Party before, but I'm pretty sure I have like 10 keys for it, so that's not too surprising. But Deep Dungeons of Doom, that's the one I hope someone wins, because I was playing that earlier in the week and I had a good time with it. Whoa! Hey, Belle! Thank you so much for the raid! What were you playing? I saw you went live, I think, maybe an hour-ish before I went live. Maybe it was half an hour. I dragged my feet a little way too long to go live today, because I'm slow. Don't get eaten by Grooze. Belzarna was last seen saving the timeline of Hat in Time. Heck yeah! Hat in Time is such a wonderful experience. I had some issues with the level design, like I thought it could have been a little cleaner, but that was the first game I ever backed on Kickstarter, and I thought it was a delightful time. I really hope you've been having a good time with Hat in Time also. I feel like I said time 7 times in a row in quick succession. Don't get eaten by Grooze! Though I doubt that's a problem when you're having the power suit and an arm cannon. Well, you never know. I got the freezy beam, so I could get eaten by the space jellyfish. Will that melt? Oh, look at that! I didn't even have to scan that, although maybe I'll regret not scanning that. Security gate bypass unit encased in frigid shell. Exposure to extreme heat could clear and restore its function. Way ahead of you, suckers. Ha ha ha. Mostly Zork, but ended on Hat in Time. Zork. What is Zork? I feel like I've heard of that before. Oh shit! Zork is that text-based adventure? You were playing Zork on stream? Now I really want to go watch your VOD, because Zork is a game... Oh. Zork is a game that I've wanted to check out for a long time. I just want to scan him before he wakes up. I don't know if I'll get to. Maybe I have to wake him up. Huh? New creature entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Omega Pirate, most powerful of the elite pirate forces. Omega Pirate can become invisible to normal sight. It is vulnerable when cloaked, as all energy is drawn from defense systems. By exposing itself to Phazon, it can regenerate damaged tissue and organs. Considered the pinnacle of the elite pirate program, this enemy should be handled with extreme caution and maximum firepower. Alright, so we know he's weak against missiles. He's gonna, like, go over to these little, like, Phazon things and eat them. Platform active. I guess I'll just be on my merry way. Oh, of course. Yeah, it's a boss room, definitely. Fortunately, my computer can't handle streaming ahead in time, so I didn't get far. Look forward to playing it off stream. Ah, yeah, that's too bad. But I do hope that you have a good time with it on or off stream. I'm sure this is fine. Kind of unsettling that most of his, like, muscle tissue... Okay, well, I just did not do things correctly. Oh, he's absorbing things. Kind of unsettling, though, that his, like, organ tissue has been replaced by, like, bulbs of Phazon. Ah, jeez, man. There we go. Good thing I have, like, a million missiles. Now it's like he skipped leg day. Tiny little legs, the big old beefy arms. Oh, what's that? Did that hurt? Sorry there, buddy. Alright, so as soon as I break this, I guess he's gonna go eat some Phazon. And that'll really be the point. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about that. Maybe... Alright. Ow, ow. Oh, God, we got Inviso dudes. Oh. I guess maybe they're not invisible. And yeah, Void should be around. I got stuck. Ah. the by Belzarna, a supercomputer fund. There you go. Replacing organs with Phazon is not recommended. I mean, like, I guess it worked out in this guy's case, but it doesn't seem like a great trade-off. Alright, where is this dude? There you are. Can I, like, super missile him? Huh? I don't know. Well, I guess I did a little bit of damage. Okay, so damage isn't reflected on his, like, little Phazon plating, I think. So it really is just the damage I deal to him while he's sitting there drinking away that Phazon. It's kind of gross to think about. Ow! No, no, no. You stop that. There you go. Now that's about as asymmetrical as you can get. Ah! I gotta not be so close to him. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I'm against the wall. You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and... Whoop, 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 whoop. Much better. I do enjoy that his little, like, gravity pull thing doesn't actually pull in my missiles. Ow. Omega Pirate! No more biceps for you. There we go. Okay. So I think what I'll do is just follow him. I know he's gonna spawn more goons. Where did he go? Is that him? No. I want to find him before... Maybe he doesn't appear until I kill these guys. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to just sit here and let you absorb all that. Oh! Okay, so maybe the trick is kill one, then find him again. Yeah, here we go. Oh, shoot. Well, he's back. Maybe I should get rid of this guy then. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. No, no, no. This is not an ideal situation. Oh, jeez. Oh. I guess he just burns to death. Ah, excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry, I keep missing what you guys are saying because I'm getting focused. I admit to missing large portions of this, but isn't Phazon pretty toxic? Oh yeah, it's basically like pure radiation in a gel form. So the reason why though he can just like eat it is because the space pirates have been infusing him and mutating their own kind so that they could like become super powered. This view is pretty darn cool, I think. Omega is pissed. Let's see who wins the showdown. I mean, definitely the Omega Pirate. By the way, for anyone interested, I think Bell rated right when we were on this screen. But we got a little giveaway going on. If you just type !enter, you'll get a free ticket. You get a chance to win one of those 6 games. I do that for every, like, 5 followers I get. I had some super nice people follow me between streams, so we got to start off the stream this way. But we'll draw the winner at the end of the stream, and you don't have to be here for it either. I'll just whisper you the key if you're, well, in either case really. This time I'm not gonna go waltzing into a pool of Phazon. Come on. There we go. It's always that left arm that's a real pain to get, because he kind of blocks the shots. Which makes me think it would probably behoove him to stick out both of his arms. Whoops. Well, I guess maybe I'll start off by trying to blast one of these guys. Okay, so we got Ice Boys. Oh, we got a mix. Alright, where is he at? Any second now. There you are. Not today, sucker! Come on, come on. Huh. Bam! Oh! We didn't kill him, did we? No, this has got to be like a phase 2 ordeal. Oh! Gross. Oh, that worked pretty well. This mug. Ah! Ah! Get it off! Get it off! Ah! Yeah, this is the coolest Samus. Phazon suit acquired. Your suit has been infused with pure Phazon. This corruption prevents damage from Phazon radiation. Hell yeah. Ah, it's so good. I like that it just kind of like, alright, I guess I gotta walk into these. Maybe the point was that they wanted me to walk into this to be like, see, look, it's safe now. It's pretty much some of the radioactive, mutagenic, carcinogenic, all-around nasty stuff that comes in an asteroid, I think. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Help me, I'm melting! That's how it... I appreciate that they do show Samus kind of freaking out, because it's like, yeah, she really should probably not think that that's going to end well for her. Okay, so... this might have been the last thing I needed in order to do things. Yeah, wow, okay. Excuse me. That was the last upgrade. We can do everything now. Which means we gotta go hunt down those, whatchamacallits, the relics. There was one room over here that I wanted to poke my head into, but where does this lift take me? It's safe. Oh, gross. Wait, is this a thing? I feel like this is like the heart of Phazon that I should blow up. Is this just nothing over here? I don't trust any of this. Yeah, okay. I guess that's just there for the funsies. I'm cool with that. I will say, I kind of like the lack of music just post-boss battle. It's like, goes from really high intensity to just like, really like calm and just kind of empty. And it's like, really like, I don't know, kind of like leaves you feeling like, yeah, wow, that was intense. Like, reinforces that moment. Fond memories of this game. Oh, it's so good. I had some of the most, like, strongest feelings of, like, true nostalgia in playing through parts of this game that I genuinely don't think I've felt as strongly for anything else in my entire life so far. Where it was like, I went into certain levels that I just remembered vividly, and it was weird. Like, I was like happy about it, and I was like, is this how nostalgia is supposed to feel? Because it's like, wow, this totally changes my perspective on what nostalgia is. But it's great. I love it. I feel like this game came out at a really pivotal time for my, like, formative years of really understanding games. Like, N64 was the era where I was, like, no longer just well, I was still a doofus kid, but I was not starting to like be like, oh, games can be really interesting, and like I was thoughtful enough about it to like realize that there were game design choices going on. And then it was, I think, by the GameCube era when this came out that I like really internalized a lot of that. So really like opened my eyes to a lot. All right, where am I going? I want to go over here. So I should turn around, I guess? How did I miss this? What is that? Yeah, I guess I'll just go back down here. Oh, maybe it was in that area with all the stingray grapple friends. Yeah, okay, well, I guess it'll also be a good opportunity to save after that fight. So that's not too big of a deal. Whoops. Just want to use the plasma beam for everything from now on. It's just so satisfying. Oh! Oh, that's good. I'm just gonna go to the save station and pretend like there's no Metroids afoot. I don't think this broke last time I was here. That's okay. Nothing a little bit of ice can't solve. There you go, jelly friend. Back to the freezer with you. Yeah, I think I'll just stick with the X-ray view. Although it isn't exactly conducive to distance. Oh, whoa, hold on. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, boy. Huh! Joke's on you, sucker. Okay, whoops. Yeah, I just want to go over there. Maybe I am fine with just the normal vision. So then I don't really miss anything. I was still kind of that attitude of like, whoa, but I could fall in the Phazon and get hurt. Like, oh wait, duh, Chris. You're good now. You don't gotta worry about none of that. Ooh, actually, makes me wonder if maybe there... Oh, you know what? I think I know how to get to that space, because there was the Morph Ball zone that I couldn't go through because I needed the Phazon suit. So now I can do that. Which means there's fancy upgrades somewhere in here. It might just be a missile upgrade, but hey man, I'll take what I can get. You're just gonna blast stuff with my laser made out of fire. It's so cool, especially when you like nail a charge shot, or I think it's just the charge shots, and you just see the enemy just slowly like dissolve away into ash, and you're just like, oh, that's so brutal, and yet still so satisfying. Come on, little guy. Back to the freezer with you. We can't let this fish go sour. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is the room. So, how do I get there? Probably right there. Well then. Whoop. Aha! Alright, alright. I guess it was just obvious and I missed it. Oh! Is this a map station? Whoops. Saving often, best video game advice. Oh yeah. How did the first leg of the unholy Triforce go, Chris? Are you talking about the Philips CDI games? You know what? They, I will say, while Link the Faces of Evil... Yeah, that's the one. The Faces of Evil... it has some very unclear expectations, I guess, from the beginning, but once you understand them and you sort of understand how the game wants you to play it, it actually was kind of fun. It pains me to admit it, but I did actually kind of like it. So I'm having similar hopes for the Wand of Gamelon. What I have no faith for is Zelda's Adventure, because that game... Oh, this is an artifact down here. Because the Faces of Evil... I don't know, man. I've heard some things about it that's a little concerning. But I'll be starting the Wand of Gamelon tomorrow if all things go according to plan. Normally I would do that on Tuesdays, but I got pulled into some somewhat serious stuff for the day job and ended up keeping me working until about 1 a.m. when I fell asleep at my desk. So there's not much hope of being able to stream on Tuesday. But I'm working from home tomorrow, which generally increases the chances of me being able to stream pretty dramatically. Let's see, would it be faster for me to go up here? I'm starting to think not, so I'm going to go back through here. And we'll just circle back around to where we were. Because that really isn't too far. I am glad, though, that I came back over here, because if I hadn't, I would have made my way back over here eventually anyway. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's very difficult to see. Did I do it? Did I do the thing? Nope, I did not. Yeah, maybe I should use the thermal here. Because at least I can see the mushrooms this way. In fact, now that I'm doing this, I feel like this is exactly what I did last time, and I'm just being a doof. That's okay. Alright, alright. Not full swing. Oh, come on, man. Why do they gotta put a little gap there? That's just mean. Well, I guess when you don't have the Phazon suit, it still poses a threat. Because every time you fall, you're going to take some damage, and you're going to be a sad boy about it. I'll still be a sad boy about it. No, take me with you! Ah! Oh. Oh, oh, it worked. There we go. There we go. Now everything's honky-dory. Ow! Ow, they're invisible. I probably should have looked. It's fine. Everything's fine. These guys are back too. Whatever, man. Just gonna take your missiles and leave. Do I even need to go over here? Oh, there's a little grapple. Yeah. Glad to have gotten an offer to have a day job again today. Oh, wow. Congrats. I hope it's good. I hope you're happy there too. But you don't have to answer, but what kind of job did you get? Just out of curiosity. Aw, man. I guess I'm mostly just curious to hear if, like, especially if it's like an industry that you're hoping to work in, or analysis of artifact temple complete. Return artifacts to gain access to the impact crater. Okay, yeah, we really are at the last step. Holy cow, this happened a lot faster than I thought it would. Yeah, I don't have to go there because, well, I guess I could go there if I want to get more of those riddles. Ah, man, I bumped into the wall. I swear. I'll get good at this game, at least by the very end of it. Okay. Try this again. Wait. Didn't I just say that there was a grapple point? Oh, I was probably looking at that and didn't realize that I couldn't reach it. Whoops. I do really like this suit though. I think it's cool. Ooh boy. Get out of here. None of that nonsense from you. That's the save station. I'm not too stressed about that. None of that sass. Alright. We out of here. I think I may be close to another offer too, which would make for a difficult choice. The offer I got today was my number 2 choice by a small margin of the ones I interviewed for. Hey, but that's a great position to be in. That's not something that like those are good problems. I definitely understand the feel though of like, you know, it makes it really difficult to choose between the two, but in a way it sort of leaves you a little bit safer because then you can put more pressure on them to give you a better offer or, you know, I don't know, or get at least like a little bit more flexibility out of them when it comes to accepting their offer. But that's great. Congrats. That's super exciting to hear though. It really stinks not working. Anytime I've lost my job, or even left my job for that matter, but usually when I leave my jobs it's because I'm gonna be a doofus and go pursue some crazy project that'll never see fruition. But I got laid off once and just dodged a couple of other bullets at various other points. And it really stinks. The one time I got laid off, it like felt like a breakup, and it just like left me feeling like really confused, and I just had way too much time on my hands all of a sudden, and it just, I don't know. I don't do well being left like sitting idle. I like gotta keep doing stuff. It's doing troubleshooting, repair, rework for electronics firm. That's cool. I'm way into that. That's a field that I would love to tinker in more. I took a single class on basic circuitry back when I was in community college, and I thought it was some of the coolest stuff, even though all I did was, the most complicated thing that I did was put together a flashing LED strobe light. It was like, you know, it was cool. I got the basics of it, and I was like, man, I would really love to like learn more about electronics like that. I think that stuff is awesome. But kudos, that'd be some pretty cool work. The suit looks super snazzy. I know, right? I wish I could look at it more. And they don't want to let you peer at Samus. That's fine though. It's a first person game. That's how it goes. Well, I guess maybe I could oh, I think there's a way. Phazon suit. Zoom. Oh yeah, there we go. Ah, pretty ridiculously cool. Red and black though. That's my jam. At least I think it's gray and black. I'm also colorblind, so it could be like purple and red for all I know. Okay, yeah, we'll just go this way. At this point, we're just gonna poke our head in any rooms that we haven't been in. And then once we've done that, if we haven't found all the artifacts, then, well, then we play the guessing game. What am I doing? Just gotta burn these guys. Pow! Pow! Piece of cake. Got laid off mid-December after the job I got, at the job I got after being laid off from a different one at the end of February. Oh, geez. That's rough. That's back to back, too. Like, you just didn't get enough time to sit down to get comfortable. That sucks. I'm sorry. Feels really good since I actually have no formal training. Just a tinkerer who picked up a little bit from a book here. A lot on the internet, too. A little from my dad. I mean, that's awesome. Honestly, like, I think that is fantastic. And I wish... well, I think it's becoming more common for folks to kind of learn that way and to not necessarily get formal training. Like, that's very, very much how I am with video stuff. Like, I had a lot of college education on photography, but I didn't actually pick up a video camera, like a real video camera, until, like, I don't know, 3 years ago. And I just, like, taught myself and just did a bunch of random stuff, and now I do contract work for videography, and it's awesome. It's like, man, I don't have any formal training, so someone who went to school for like cinematography could blow me out of the water. But hey, man, it's just cool that folks like us have the opportunity to just kind of tinker and learn stuff. I think that's awesome. Chill stream. I'm curious what you would want for a Metroid Prime 4. Well, thank you first of all for saying it's a chill stream. That makes me happy. Metroid Prime 4, I don't know. That's a good question, because I didn't totally finish Prime 3, and there were a couple of pieces to it that I really liked and was a little, I guess, like, uncertain about in other ways. Oh, actually, I think this is exactly where I want to go. So, like, following the direction of where they've been going, I feel like Prime 1 was just all around really solid. Prime 2 was very similar, and they switched things up a little bit in like a really interesting way. Prime 3 felt like way more robust and somewhat more like narrative focused even. So I feel like if Prime 4 pushes the narrative further, that could actually be a bad thing. I like how the narrative tends to unfold in these games. So I think, if anything, what I would want out of Prime 4 is similar, like, level design philosophies and like narrative sort of unfolding. Oh, jeez, I'm just being a fool. But I think I really liked the ideas between Prime 1 and 2. I like that they took a solid idea and a solid foundation and just made it into its own thing and introduced a totally new set of core challenges. I think that's probably what I'd really look for in Prime 4. That said, though, like, I think I'm probably gonna like it no matter what. I'm really not super picky when it comes to most things. I just have, like, my philosophy is, if you're going to make a game for an existing series, not even just a franchise, but just like a straight series, so like Prime is a perfect example of that, I think it's important that you don't, like, completely do a 180 and totally redesign the game. And sometimes, most of the time, I think a lot of folks don't do that, but every now and then you see people do it, and sometimes that happens just because the series jumps from one studio to a new one and ends up, you know, that studio wants to design it their way, but ends up kind of hurting in the long run because players expect it to play at least, you know, within like I'm just like BSing numbers here, but like, you know, a 70% margin of similarity most of the time. I think it also depends on the core designs that they're working with too, though. Okay, so I want to go in this little room. I'm guessing, though, that this is either going to be a save station or... Oh, no, because there's a save station right here. Yeah, so maybe this is an artifact room. Okay, I'll go there. So I think I want to go... Yeah, lower door is the right one. How about you though, Mighty Trigger? I'm curious to hear what other people would like to see in Prime 4. I feel like I just went through. Oh, this is not the same. It sounded the same for a second. Whoop. I got a little too ahead of myself. Hiya! Yeah, twice in 1 year hurts. Yeah, it really does. It's crazy. I know what you mean about the feeling of being laid off. Both times I really liked the work and I felt like I was mourning the loss of my job in a way. Yes, exactly. It's a really weird feeling too, because it's like, you know, oftentimes folks like can even have a lot of animosity for their job. Like by the time I was laid off from my last job, that job left me feeling really unhappy, mostly because it wasn't my industry. I didn't feel like I was progressing, and the quality of my work suffered. So honestly, it made a lot of sense to lay me off at that point if the company was kind of looking for budget cuts. But it hurt. It felt so like a betrayal, and it's such a weird feeling. But yeah, especially if you like the job too, then it's like, I imagine that really compounds that. Oh, what am I doing? I should be using my fancy fire cannon. Wait, where am I? I didn't miss it, did I? Okay, so it's right underneath. There you are. I wonder if they will make one world or many. Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. Because they could totally break it up into multiple worlds and it still feel pretty good. They like sort of do that in 1 and 2, right? Because they'll have like the spaceship sections and then narrative happens and then you get put on the planet. Prime 3 though, did that one have multiple planets? I feel like it might have, because they had that central space station and they had other parts, but I only played it once, so I don't remember it super well. I'm excited for it even with the setback, intrigued on what they'll do with it. Yeah, I'm super stoked for it. I'm way more excited for it now that I know that Retro Studios got put back on it, because I think they'll do a great job. Don't think I've seen any early work for it. If there's ever been any shown, all I know about it was that it was announced. Yeah, I think that is really all there is. Was it? I think it was like E3 or something, where they just like showed the logo and everyone just went crazy. And there was a lot of flack about it too. And it's like, I don't disagree with that, but it is nice to know that it is something that's in development, even if we don't see anything about it yet. I felt similarly about the announcement for Elder Scrolls 6. But Elder Scrolls 6 was one of those ones where I was like, yeah, I mean, obviously they're making another Elder Scrolls. That one I was like, there was never a doubt in my mind that that's a game that would have happened at some point. And all we got was basically a logo and a landscape for that one too. That's fine. It's exciting to be able to announce games. As someone who's worked on titles now that still haven't been announced, even though we're like maybe a month away from like really wrapping things up, it's like, I just want the world to know what I've been working on. I want to be able to talk about it. It's driving me crazy. It's okay, we'll get there. I'll get to talk about it at some point. Just got to be a little bit more patient. Get Prime 3 at different planets you flew between. I think that's cool though, because then that really switches up the terrains. And Prime, well, I could see it also working to its disadvantage. Like, sort of is like the difference between a game like Skyward Sword, like Zelda Skyward Sword, and I don't know, something like Wind Waker, right? Where it's like, those worlds were still broken up in similar ways, but the way that Skyward Sword did it just kind of didn't feel as compelling for some reason. Oh, wait, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I'm doing this right. I had to go downward. So it's like, you know, they could make a similar mistake here where maybe they just end up breaking up the Metroid Prime worlds in a way that, like, just doesn't read as well. But then again, like, even Prime 1 breaks up their worlds through elevators. It's like, these are very distinct separate chunks that you're just, like, jumping between elevators on. So it's like, yeah, it's really not going to be that crazy different. So if I freeze this... Oh, how do I get over there? Force field active, access prohibited. Cool! Yeah, I can't shoot through it. But maybe there's a way. With Samus, there's always a way. Maybe I just gotta kill all these goons. Same, I'm confident they'll treat the game well. I enjoyed the others. Yeah. Wasn't Retro the dev that did the other three? Yep. That's, at least to the best of my understanding, that is true. And that's why it's crazy to me that Retro wasn't part of it originally. Why would you not include Retro on Prime 4? That's just silly. They're the ones who did it right the first 3 times. Come on, Nintendo. More isolation, more intricate enemies relating to different weapons, and more living, breathing planet and survival elements like I used to terrified of the Metroids in the NES game. I would agree with that. I think if that was like a pillar of their core design, I think that would be really, really compelling. So I'm on board with that. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. How do I get over there? There's gotta be a way. Even if it's like dropping down from the ceiling. Which could be the case. I'm not above blasting through the floor. Or maybe I will be. Because I'll be blasting my way down. It's a bad joke. It's a very bad joke. Yeah, if it were any... Oh, wait, hold on. What's this? Ah. Benzendium. So was that... Yeah. Okay, here we go. Wow, I missed this very obvious thing. Partial security access achieved. Force field inactive. Yes. I hope this isn't on a timer. Okay, I think we're good. I like that it was partial security access lifted, specifically because it still is a red door. So they're like, well, you need the red key card or a red laser beam. Either counts in the world of Metroid. Oh! Flamethrower! Oh, I forgot that there was an upgrade for this. Oh, this is cool. Some things I'd love to see in another Metroid game are keep the first-person view, but find a way to improve the mobility. Other M reminded me of how big a part of agility and acrobatics were of Samus's character design, and Prime could feel a bit like you were a tank. Still good games, mind you. I agree with that too, actually. Using the plasma beam, yeah, I'm gonna use it just because I want to see how it works. Yes. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I agree. Mobility really isn't, and that's one of those things that I didn't realize until I started doing the Chrono stream, because I'd never played a 2D Metroid before this. But you're right. You're absolutely right that mobility is like, it's a very important staple to the franchise and the IP. And I think some of it was improved once they started introducing the motion controls. I don't think it completely solved it, but I do think it helped in its own weird way. it's sort of like freed up sort of how you utilize the controls. But yeah, it is still pretty tanky, all things considered. But yeah, I would be pretty sad if we lost the first person view. Because it really is cool. Like it changes things up in such an interesting and like very immersive kind of way. They felt so segmented, like the other worlds have no rhyme or reason, where Metroid Prime 3 feels like the same universe. Sorry, typing on Xbox One controller. Oh, you're fine. That's a great point. Samus Returns has good mobility. Yeah, right? I really want to play the newer Samus Returns, like the one that they remade for the 3DS. But I liked the original Game Boy one too. I thought that was really cool. And that one really did require a lot of interesting mobility just because of the way that the enemy fights were structured. Because they just like threw the different stages of Metroids at you, and it's like, well, you have to figure out how to maneuver around them and get them to not kill you. Because they just don't stop. Wait, where am I? Ah, I keep hitting the wrong button. World map. Okay, so I'm in Talon Overworld. I feel like I've been to most places over here. I could swing back by the Artifact Temple while I'm here. It's a little ways away, though. I could also just go... I think I will just go to the Chozo Ruins. Did I miss much over here? Oh, maybe I did fill it out. Okay. How about Magmore? I'm starting to think maybe I should go to the the artifact room. Yeah, because now I'm seeing that I've been everywhere on the map that's at least been marked. Oh, well, I haven't gone up here. Okay, so maybe we'll go there then. It's a bit of a hike, but that's a pretty good lead. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I haven't found map terminals in all of these areas yet. I guess I could swing by. I'm actually a big fan of the Wii pointer controls for shooters like Prime 3 Trilogy. Second only to mouse keyboard. They ruined me for thumbsticks. Yeah, I didn't have too many opinions until I didn't start playing PC games until I went to college, which I guess, to be fair, was 9 years ago. Yeah, now I had a similar moment where it's like, wow, it really like opened my eyes. But I agree, like the motion aiming on first person games, if done well, can be really, really awesome. And I thought it worked super well in the Prime series. About the new Samus Returns, but I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I'll probably be exactly in that same boat soon, because I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream my 3DS on stream. I'm still gonna look for a way to do it, but now that I'm saving money for my wedding, I don't know if I can afford to get a hard modded one, because those run for like $500. It's like, oh jeez, I really want that to work, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, I need to look at my log book. Okay, Chozo lore, creature... Okay, artifacts. This is what we want. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it looks like. Artifact acquired. Okay, cool. Oh! Okay, so it won't tell me the text if I have it. Okay, so I need wild, and then Chozo. Okay, Chozo world, and then these bottom two. Okay, so at least I have info on these. So maybe, I mean, if I go back, I'll get info on this, and maybe these two. Although, they may not tell me until I get enough. But either way, there's a pretty good lead to just... Ow. To just go, you know, to that area that I haven't been in yet. Oh man, I love the black suit, so badass. Right? Isn't it awesome? College, whoa. It's a bit back. Yeah, right. Don't spend much on the wedding. It's 4 to 5 hours in one day. I mean, that's true. I mean, like, I want to make a big deal out of it as much as I can afford, and Jen wants to make a big deal out of it too. But we'll still be responsible about it. I don't make enough money to, like, save much on the month by month basis. So I'm just sort of in my personal finances, since we're also paying out of pocket for a bunch. I just want to make sure that I can save what little bits I can. Although, who knows, man? I could get a raise, or I could be laid off in the matter of a month. So we'll find out what happens to my career. Things are looking good though, so I'm not too worried. Coming up on 10 years since college, soon myself. Where did it all go? The time, I mean. Oh yeah, yeah. It's alarming how quickly this time has been going by. It feels like I haven't been out of college that long, and then I end up working with folks that like it's their first time working in the industry, and they're all bright-eyed and they're starry-eyed and excited, and I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm still pretty junior myself, so you know, I'm right there with you. And then they're like, no, Chris, you've been here for a while. Like, you understand how this stuff goes. And I'm like, well, I guess I have been here for a while. Oh, that's weird. Now these junior people are, like, substantially more junior than me. Maybe I'm not as junior as I thought I was. This is unsettling. It's kind of nice, though, in some other ways. Yay! Thank you so much for those biddies, Belle. That means a lot. It really does. Come on. Open that silly mug. Alright, fine. Or be that way. Oh, I guess they can't pull me in anymore. Is this Echoes? No, this is the first one. Although well, I guess next up in the docket for the Metroid series, shoot, which one is next? I don't think I have it on this computer. Where am I trying to go? I think it's just the side room. Oh, it must be up? Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a hard time remembering which game came after Prime 1. I wonder if it's one of the, like, really silly ones, like Prime Pinball. I have it all saved on a note or a text document on my main PC. I'll just have to pull that up soon. Okay, yeah, I'm still going the right way. Oh, we got fish boys. Oh, or not. Maybe he's actually just dead. Man, but that gravity suit makes everything so nice. Oh, everything's fine. Just let me get my fire cannon. Yeah. I ain't afraid no ghosts. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes would be, in fact, next. Unless one of the Game Boy games came out next. Forgot to take that into consideration of the consoles. I think it's, I think it was a Game Boy one. Shoot, what was it called? Was it Metroid Zero? I think it's the one that was a remake of the first game, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Which, that one will probably be pretty quick. If it's anything, I mean, if it is a remake of the first game, then it's not too crazy complicated. And if anything, maybe a little bit nicer. This feels like a thing that I should be able to break, right? No? I just feel like there's a secret room down there. I guess I could just try. Well, I gave it a shot. At least now I know. Zero Mission and Fusion were on Game Boy Advance, that I recall. Zero Mission was a remake, Fusion was its own thing. Yeah, Fusion came, like, only like a month or so before the Prime 1 did, which is crazy to me, because they were developed in parallel and turned into two very different games, but still both just fantastic. And yeah, I think Zero Mission came out about a year after Prime 1, so I'm pretty sure Zero Mission will be what's next on the docket. And then it might be Prime 2, and then it's probably the silly ones like Prime Pinball and I think there was one other weird one. Maybe the other weird one came after Prime 3. There were a couple of like, there's like Federation Force or something that's on the docket. And I don't think I even really ever got a good look at that one. But I was excited about it at the time. I don't really need to charge that, I guess. Hey-ya! The weird thing about the gravity suit, though, is it does make platforming in the water areas a little bit trickier. Oh, it's like, where do I go? I love both of them, though. I remember Metroid Prime Hunters. Oh, that's one of the other ones that I don't know anything about. I think it was shortly after Prime 3. Okay, cool. It's hard call, but I'll take Fusion over Zero Mission. Fusion was so good. I was really into that one when we played that on stream, because it was its own thing, had its own feel. Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, Melkurai? How's it going? Also good. All the more entries in that giveaway, the better. It goes, well, hopefully not too bad. Let's see. Okay, yeah, just gotta hop our way up to victory. Oh, there you are. Okay, almost out of this ship. Get these danglies out of here. Should go badass. Just busy with work. I know that feel. Well, hang in there. Hopefully it gets better. Or, less, just less, I guess, work. I think a lot of us could use a little less work in our lives lately. Okay, so we're still on the right track. Whoop! There we go. These poor little bugs. You're like level 1 enemies to me now. Not so scary. Okay, now we're rolling. Now I can just kind of run through everything. Although, I guess I'll take a pit stop at my ship. Might as well. We'll save, stock up on health and ammo, get all that good stuff. One more day, a day off, then 6 more days. Blech. Yeesh. But I will get a decent paycheck. Well, hey, that's better than nothing at least. Glad though that despite all that, you're still getting at least one day off. Everyone needs a break here or there. And it's so, I mean, like, it sounds like you're probably already at the point where you could just be burnt out at any point if you're not already. It's like, even that one day will really help, as long as you're not getting suckered into working anyway. What am I even doing? Oh, here we go. Like, getting turned around. Every day is a day off. Man, I wish. I definitely wish that. But, you know. Honestly, like, that's one of the reasons why I love streaming so much, because it's... when I don't stream, I feel like I don't get my, like, mental separation from my day job. And it, like, it really compounds over time. Where it's like, man, now I'm just, like, I'm not doing anything fun. I'm not, like, chatting with other people. I'm not, like, I don't know, doing something that, like, even really takes my mind off of the day job. It's like, it's a really, really nice, just, like, total reset. Hiya! All right. Whoa! Get out of here. Plant Pokemon are weak against fire. Eat that plasma beam. Plant monster. All right, this looks like a blow-upable thing. Oh no, that's just a tree branch. So where do I... oh, maybe it's a... ah-ha-ha. They're trying to hint at it with the raindrops again, but I was a fool. Instead, I just kind of had to guess. Okay, let's see. Where else do we go from here? Whoop, kind of bumped into that. Oh. Ho ho ho. What do we have here? Is this a wall or... well, okay. Whew. I was worried that I'd have to, like, blow that up. But it looked like... I should probably... okay, there we go. Easy peasy. Oh! Okay, well, it wasn't an artifact, which is a little unfortunate, but... I may have asked before, Chris, but I'm curious what things you do in game dev, coding, modeling, art, design, etc. Metroid time! Hey, Dragon, what's up? How's it going? Were you still playing Celeste, Dragon? I can't remember what I saw you playing last time, but I know you were having fun with Celeste when you... one of the more recent-ish times that I caught you. But how's it going, Dragon? Welcome. Metroid Prime time, can't forget that part. Exactly. So I'm a producer in the games industry. So I'm that jerk that yells at everyone to get their tasks done and to communicate about it. But I deal with, like, building production timelines and managing budget and staff and all that fun nonsense. But outside of production, I do just about everything. Like, I went to school for game design, so, and I still hold that I think I'm a better game designer than I am a producer. But I'm slowly getting there. Like, I'm learning how to be a pretty good producer, or at least I'm learning how to try to be a good producer more rapidly than I would normally have the opportunity to do so. But I've learned a lot of hard lessons over the last 2-ish years, which is good. Like, I don't regret it at all. But I studied fine arts for like 8 years, so I do a lot of game art too. Any of my, like, little indie side projects, I'm often the designer, artist, primary artist, and then often, like, if not the primary coder, at least like a supplementary coder if we have a programmer working with us. Because usually it's just like me and one other dude, or me and like a handful of other guys. Like, I do a lot of game jams with a small team called Troll Games. And there's 2 programmers on that team, so I usually just do art and design, and that's about it. And there's another artist on that team too, so it's like, the last game jam that they pulled me into, they were just like, Chris, please, we need a designer. Like, will you make our game have levels? And I was like, yeah, guys, I got you. And we made a pretty fun game. And most of the rest of the time, I'm doing art, and the other artist is doing design. So we kind of rotate. But I'm paid to be a producer, so I think that's what I have to say that I am. I'm excited to get into it more so. Oh, yeah. Producer, aka herder of game designer cats, if you will. Oh my god, yes. Without a doubt. When I first started working as a producer, I was very angry all the time at our lead designer because I'd be like, hey man, can you like spend time doing this thing? And I still have the same exact conversation with him, but now I'm not angry about it. And he'll be like, oh yeah, Chris, I'll look into it. And he'd go do like 20 other things that wasn't that thing. Be like, come on, man, I need you to focus. And he's like, well, these other things were more important. It's like, But yeah, that's... I would describe it in similar terms. I will overcome, damn it. I produce music and have to herd musicians. Oh yeah, you probably know exactly how it feels than House. I can't imagine it's terribly different in the music industry. I bet being a producer is tiring. It is, actually, and not in the ways I expected it to be. So, going into it, I thought that most of my time would be task management, right? Like, you compile task lists, you delegate them to resources, you monitor progress, you know, kind of scope out work from your clients or your publishers and all of that. It's all true, except that's only like 10% of the work. 90% of the work is managing people's emotions, including your own. Like, I can't have emotions because everyone else has so many. And, you know, this probably changes based on projects and teams and clients or what have you. But so far in my 2 years as a producer, 90% of my job is just managing emotions, keeping people happy, calming people down, or making people really stressed out at pivotal points. It's like, you just gotta like build people up and calm them down and like make other people happy. There's a lot of calming down people. That's very much what my job has turned into. 90%. You nailed it. Understanding emotions is huge. Oh yeah. Which makes me really like, I didn't have that expectation going into it, but I'm generally like a pretty patient person, which like that ended up helping me out a lot. If I didn't have patience, things could just like blow up real easy. And I've seen producers do that too, and it just doesn't end well. At least I think. I guess you could be a high-strung producer and still be successful in it, but it probably takes exactly that right like methodology. It turns to dust. I've been doing that for a long time and I know how to handle it quite well, but it's always a journey. Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself, and I'll probably feel that way more and more the longer I do this. Translating shows a rune on the totem surface. A room of research lies within the mines. A corrupted invader is trapped there. Defeat this creature to claim the artifact of warrior. Ah, that's kind of cool. Oh, here's a new one. Oh, I restored power to it. Hey, cool. The artifact of Elder has been returned. Yeah, okay, so I guess by scanning them, I'm returning them. The ones that I have anyway. Okay, cool. So those are all the ones that I already have. Now, did I only get the one new totem? Yeah, because this one's not lit up. I already have that one. Yeah, I guess I only got details on one new one. That's okay. Okay, so let's review, shall we? So we'll go to our artifacts. So let's start with Elder. Oh no, Wild. Okay. A sun chamber high atop our ruined home became the nest of a great beast and a source of corruption. Many Chozo spirits have been drawn to this tainted place, release their bond to the world to claim the artifact of Wild. So I wonder if this is where the plant monster was. I don't totally remember where that was, but I feel like that won't be too hard to find on the map. So I think I'll go back to Chozo Ruins to get that. I've worked with a producer that didn't have patience, and I remember them to never work with them again. Yeah, I too share that feel. I can't get specific about it, but I too share that feel. Hey, what's over here? Is this a thing? Oh, yeah, it's just broken nonsense. I don't ever want to become that. Yeah, you know, it is reassuring to know that I'm not the only one that feels this way too, because it's like I don't have any other producers that I work with at Phosphor. Like I have my boss, which is the COO, and he's often like the acting producer on some of our other like interim projects. Or like, he was, my boss was the lead producer initially until I took over our current, like, one of our 2 primary projects. And then he rolled off to just be COO while I stayed on as producer. But even with that, it was like, he didn't have a lot of, like, super producery knowledge to impart on me. So it's like, I just kind of figured it out as I went and, like, came to my own conclusions and didn't have a lot of other people to like reinforce those conclusions. So it is actually really nice to hear your thoughts too, House. I probably shouldn't get specific about it either. You know, I think that is one of the worst things though about working on projects that like not only are like sensitive to things like non-disclosure agreements or like are in small industries, so it's like there's very much chances for you to end up working with some of these people again. But it's like, man, I do think it's important to talk about things in order to like in collaboration learn from the struggles of one another. But oftentimes our industries are so like closed lips that it's really difficult to talk about it. And it's like, I get it. Like, I don't want to bad talk people either, especially like behind their back. Like, that's not cool either. But man, I just like want to share stories so that other people don't make like the same mistakes that I even made. Because I learned a lot on even this current project that it's like, wow, now that I've learned this thing, I will definitely not make these mistakes again, but I had to make those mistakes first to like learn that lesson. Oh, you can spread this to many things in life, or higher ups or people with big titles that don't necessarily have any people skills. That's true. That's very true. They can be the most broken people, and oftentimes leads to more and more damaging scenarios too. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Or as a teacher myself, there's so many people in that position that literally have little to no teacher skills. It's kind of what my college education was like. Which, to be fair, my mentor in college I thought was amazing. Like, he was not a teacher by any accord. Like, I think he was often worried that he had no idea what he was doing. But he taught me all the fundamentals of game design and like gave me the roadblocks I needed to like fill in any of the gaps myself. And I think on that note, he was very successful and like didn't get as much credit as he deserved, but he actually stopped teaching after my class graduated. Partially, well, I'm assuming, because he never was totally upfront about it, but I think he felt guilty for all the students that he taught that just didn't get jobs in the industry afterward. And, you know, I think, sure, maybe we could have learned some things better, but at the same time, like, a lot of my classmates, they didn't have, I think, clear motivation to learn, and it ended up biting them in the butt in the long run, which it sucks for them. Like, I wish more of them had jobs in industry. But there's also the side of it that's like, there's also just not a ton of like game design jobs in our industry. So it's like, well, you kind of have to pick your poisons. No weaknesses detected. So then how do I get over there? Huh, interesting. So this is... I don't think I've gone up that spider rail. Oh, or maybe I have. I think I have, because... Yeah, because then I ride this over there, and... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been in there already. Because I think it just had a missile upgrade. I agree. I don't talk shit. I express myself. And we should all do that in a thoughtful, meaningful way. That's a great way of putting it. That's a very good way of putting it, actually. That's great. We find a few awesome people along the way. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, he was great. He taught me a lot of other stuff. Or he taught me a lot of stuff, and I think I got the better end of the deal because a lot of the other departments, because we had, like, you know, the art and programming and production departments, and I think that they didn't necessarily learn all the tools that they needed. So I think this only works with... Whoa! I think this only works with the normal weapon. I thought oh, I'm a doof. I keep hitting the wrong joystick. Okay, now we're good. So I guess this could be where the artifact is. I mean, like, this is a big tree. It's kind of like the center point of their home. And like, yeah, I think that's worth killing these guys. I didn't think that there would be these little ghosty dudes here. Yeah, I'll get him. I'll get him eventually. Okay, that's one guy down. That's two guys down. I think that leaves, what, one more? There you are. Quit hiding over there. Woo. And there we go. Boom jams. Okay, that was it. Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem like they dropped an artifact, but that's okay. It didn't cut out your link, did it? Oh, it did. Here. I think that's right. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. Yeah. You can just give me a heads up next time and I'll do the permit, but cuz I know you're not going to share anything that you shouldn't. Oh, sorry, I missed a bunch of stuff. I don't understand producer stuff, but I bet just reading people's emotions sounds strenuous. It can be. I think I'm not terrible at it, so it actually isn't always the most difficult thing in the world. But it's one of those things that just gets easier with practice. At least I think so. What's a good capture card for streaming and recording, by the way? What are you using streaming system-wise? So yeah, I'm using the original. Well, maybe not super original, but I'm using the Elgato capture device, like the old one that I don't know if they sell anymore because it has the like RCA inputs. And the current ones only take HDMI, but you can get HDMI to like RCA converters. And like at some point I want to get a FrameMeister which will very cleanly upscale like old like a whole bunch of old more like analog video inputs, which would be super nice. Okay, yeah, this is where I want to go. But yeah, I just use the Elgato. I stream using Streamlabs OBS. And I've been using this Elgato for, like, even video capture stuff for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. And it's served me pretty well. It's not perfect. And I've certainly had a lot of issues with this model, like, giving me a lot of, what's the word? Corrupt, like corrupt footage with recordings, but this one hasn't acted up in quite a while once I got a good PC to use it with. Scan indicates this network of vines is invulnerable to weapons fire, so I can't go this way anymore. That's kind of a pain. Huh. Okay, so that makes me think, though, that's definitely the right place. I just got to go around the back side then. That's a little bit of a pain, but that's fine. GameCube, Wii, N64. Yeah, I'm recording off of a Wii right now, although this is a GameCube game. But yeah, the old one works with. The old Elgato works with those video outputs. PS2 and 3 as well. But I think hurt someone's feelings maybe? Oh. I think it sent the newer one. Yeah, I don't think they sell the old one. But the newer one, like, Foxen uses the newer one, and that one seems like it serves her super well. It just stinks that you got to get a converter for old signals into HDMI in order to use it. Saw your GameCube controller, Chris, but it's going to a Cube or a Wii? Yeah, it's going to a Wii. Just because I get a better, like, video output from the Wii, because I get this, like, fancy, like, HD version of RCA, so it like splits the video signal into the 3 components, and it's kind of nice. Like, it definitely gives a clearer picture. Without it, everything would look a little muddy. I have a super old capture card, Dazzle DVC 100. I think I've heard of those, and yeah, I don't think many people use those anymore. But hey, I mean, if it works. Happy to. Okay, so if I get that capture card, what splitters or cables do I need to get? Yeah, it does kind of depend on your system. If you get something like a FrameMeister, though, it would pretty much be able to handle most things. But FrameMeisters are not cheap either, which is the only reason I don't have one. But there's like cheap versions of the FrameMeister that just convert signals and don't necessarily like upscale things in a super clean way. And that's probably what would work at least relatively well. I have to ask, I feel like Foxen has streamed old games too. I could be wrong. Maybe she doesn't. She might just stream old games that were ported to PC. But I know there's got to be some people out there that I chat with regularly that do exactly what you're looking for. Get these bugs out of here. Well, I guess I could just kind of like zoom past them. They really don't pose much of a threat. Okay, so I want to go up this way, although I may not be able to, so I think I'm going to have to go the long way. I see how it is, game. Yeah. Alright. Well, I'll go the long way. I think it's down, right? Yeah. Some things go right in, some need converters. Yep, component video. I have a soft spot for that. Holy price ranges, Batman. Yeah, exactly. I bet you though there's some decent component converters that aren't crazy expensive. But yeah, FrameMeister, that'll burn a hole in your pocket. I just know the FrameMeister is the one that a lot of like retro super nerds have sort of fanboyed and like kind of said was their like staple for like really clean up-resing. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm using an old Elgato, and even this, it does a pretty good job up-resing stuff too. So they'll say that like you get